London, spring 1848. Not a single person was looking at Lily Kingsley. She knew this with absolute certainty, for her eyes were turning about the ballroom with more frequency than the dancers, and nary a person noticed her. Yet an anxious tickle along her spine warned her she was on display. Ludicrous. No one was watching. Pressing a hand to her stomach, Lily took in a calming breath and attempted to look as though nothing were amiss. And if everything went as planned, nothing would be. "My dear, you look positively faint," said Mrs. Pratt, giving Lily a start. Lily tried her utmost to infuse confidence into her smile. "I arrived in London a mere fortnight ago, yet I'm already worn to threads." Mrs. Pratt took Lily by the arm and gave her a motherly smile. "You must forgive your aunt for being overbearing. She never had the opportunity to present a daughter to society, and I suspect she adores having you in her care for the season. She mounted quite the battle when I petitioned to act as your chaperone for the evening." "You have my thanks, Mrs. Pratt," said Lily with a grin. "It is nice to spend an evening with so many familiar faces from home. I know so little of my aunt's set, and it does me good to be among friends. Though I do apologize for the added burden, as you have your hands quite full with the festivities. After all, I am of an age where a chaperone is becoming unnecessary." "Nonsense, my dear," said Mrs. Pratt with a shake of her head. "You could never be a burden, except when you spout such rubbish. You speak as though you were an old maid, but you are far from it." Lily knew better than to say such things. To even hint at her prospective spinsterhood brought naught but a flurry of denials and platitudes about the marital bliss she was certain to find. True, 29 was not yet an old maid, but it was nowhere near the age of the other mademoiselles in attendance. Surely that should secure her a single evening to do as she wished. And Lily knew precisely what that was. Another flutter took hold of her, and Lily pressed a hand to her stomach once more, taking a quiet breath to calm the flurry of nerves. The mere thought of what was to come filled her with giddy delight. But the audacity of her plan was difficult to ignore, so Lily was stuck, swinging between anticipation and dread. The Pratts' ballroom was hardly more than a drawing-room, though what it lacked in size it made up for in beauty. The parquet floor was laid out in an elaborate pattern and fastidiously polished to reflect the candlelight, and the walls were painted a soft green that reminded Lily of the fields surrounding her home. The rich colour was quite striking next to the white plaster scrollwork adorning it. Truly it was a lovely room, but at present Lily was focused on its occupants. Her eyes leapt from person to person, scouring the room for the gentleman who occupied her thoughts. "Have you spied Mr. Farson?" Lily's throat tightened, strangling the words to a near squeak, but she fought through it. "No, though I was told he would come and bid farewell before he leaves us for good. I do hope he will make an appearance." With a sigh, Mrs. Pratt shook her head. "I will miss having that dear boy in the neighbourhood. To think of leaving this beautiful country for the wilds of Canada, and after such a brief sampling of all the season has to offer. It's a shame he cannot delay his departure and spend a few more weeks here in London." Hiding a smile behind her fan, Lily wondered how Mr. Farson would react to being called a boy. Though younger than Lily by a couple of years, someone of his stature could hardly be called that. Dropping her fan once more, Lily replied, "It was not as though he was given a choice in the matter. That inheritance was a gift from heaven. Not many younger sons have such a fine property and living dropped in their laps." "Of course," said Mrs. Pratt, patting Lily's hand with a smile. "I would never begrudge him such a blessing. But it is difficult to see so many of your generation leaving Bristow. The world is changing too rapidly for my tastes, and I am becoming quite the curmudgeon."